In this video, we will learn about JSX in React. And we will also create a custom component which is a user profile card using JSX. So what is JSX? JSX is a syntax extension for JavaScript that allows you to write HTML tags inside a JavaScript file. Let's open VS Code editor and create a JSX file. First of all, let's run this project. To run this project in VS Code terminal, we have to right click here, open in integrated terminal. Here we write npm start and our project is running. Let's create a JSX file. To create, we have to go to src folder, right click, new file, first.jsx. Our file is created. Now we will convert it into component. To convert so, we have to write RAFC and hit enter. Now our component is ready. As you can see, it is returning div. Here we can write all the HTML code of our component, and here we can import our file for this component like images, text. Here we can write JavaScript logic for this component. Now let's create user profile card using JSX. First we will delete this component. Now before creating the component, we have to create a folder structure. To create our folder structure, we have to go in src folder, create a new folder, naming it components. Inside the component folder, we will create two folders. First one is assets folder. Now our second folder is user profile card. Inside the user profile card, we will create user profile card.jsx, and here we will write RAFC for creating component. Now our user profile card component is ready. Now we will add a CSS file for this component. To add so, we have to right click in this folder, create a new file, user profile card.css. Now we had created our component user profile card and CSS for this component. Now we will import this CSS file in our component. To do so, we have to write import and the directory of our CSS file /user profile card.css. Now we will save it. So our component is ready. To mount this component to the screen, we have to go to app.js. We will remove header. Now our default React project is cleared. We will mount user profile card in app.js. To do so, we have to left arrow user. As you can see in our snippet, user profile card is displayed. So we select this slash and closing arrow. We will save it. Now our user profile card is mounted inside the app.js. Now let's insert our assets in the assets folder. To do so, we will reveal in the file explorer. We will copy our image in our assets folder. As you can see, here is our image in the assets folder. Now let's design our user profile card. We will go in user profile card.jsx. Here we will give class name user profile card UPC. Now we will create a div dot gradient for top part of our card. Here we will create div with a class name of profile down. Inside profile down, we will need an image tag or div with class name profile title. Div dot profile title or div with class name profile description. Div dot profile description. Now we will create a div tag with class name profile button. Inside this div, we will create an anchor tag with mail. Here we will write user email. Inside the anchor tag, contact me. Now let's import our image from the assets folder. To import image, we will type import. We are going to name that image profile icon from assets directory. As we can see, asset directory is in the same folder with user profile card. So we will write here // and we will get assets folder /image. We will insert this image to our image tag. We will clear this profile icon. Now we will give the title. Here we will write username Elon Musk. After this, we will paste description. Now we will save it. As you can see, our card is showing here. Now we will give it some style. Now we are moving to user profile card.css. First of all, we will give a style to this container upc. .upc. We will give it with 350 pixels, margin of 20 pixels, border radius about 4 pixels, padding from bottom about 20 pixels, background white. Now we will style this gradient. We will provide background image linear gradient. Here we will provide two colors. We will provide height of 125 pixels and border radius of 4 pixels from both the top and 0 pixels from bottom. Now we will save it. Now we will give style to this image. This image is in profile down div. Profile down image. We will give it height of 150 pixels, border radius of 100 pixels, margin top in minus, so we will overlap this gradient color. So minus 75 pixels, padding of 5 pixels, background white. Now we will save it. As you can see, the image is overlapped with the gradient color. Now we will give different color to body. because our component background is also white. So we have to go in index.css. Here you can see the body tag style. Here we will give height 100 vertical height, background light gray. Now we will do the opacity to 0.5. As you can see, our React project background gets changed. Now we will back to our user profile card CSS. Now we will give a style to this title and increase the font size of 36 pixels. Font weight of 600. Now we will save it. Now our titles get bold. Now we will give style to the description. We will provide it padding 20 pixels from up and down, 40 pixels from left and right, and set the font size 16 pixels. Now we will save it. Now we will style this button. We will provide it font size of 16 pixels, background color code, and we will give it margin 10 pixels from up and down, 100 pixels from left and right. We will also provide padding top 8 pixels, padding bottom 10 pixels. Now we will give it border radius of about 40 pixels. As you can see, our text get hidden. So we will change this anchor link color. So we will write here text decoration none. So the underline effect will be vanished. Now we will provide it color white. We will save it. Now as you can see, our card is ready, and we had mounted this card in app.js. Here you can see there is only one card I mounted. I can multiple times use it, like if I use user profile card for 3 times and save. Now you can see we have 3 user profile card. Thank you for watching this video. In our next video, we will create some awesome project using ReactJS.